I don't know if anybody's around Valentine's Day. Uh, I just walked back in. A ball. Did I mention space? The final frontier? A ball. Uh, Now, I know it's irresponsible to say you should be getting rich in this market, and I've always said that you hit your base hits and your doubles, the home runs come every once in a while, as long as you stay patient and you hit your singles and your doubles. You hit the singles and the doubles every day, and then you could stick around for the home run like the space. Now, I wasn't around today. I didn't even know they created weekly options. But my boys were in the 20s for next week. One guy turned $77,000 of options into almost 100K. I got another guy whose account was blowing up. He was down to his last 7,000. He was down to his last 12 grand. Put it all into space. Made 48 G's today. Just ridiculous. It went up 3 more points when we walked in. So, I mean, I sold some calls against the position. So I got called out of some at, 25. And I mean, it almost went to $30. That's just nuts. But I got a way that you guys could play the space where the most money that you're going to risk is, 3 points to make 17. I've got some option strategies that you might be interested in. They're going to report earnings in about 2 weeks. There's probably going to be some key metric that I'm not savvy enough to understand that people are going to glom onto. Is that the word glom? Glom, they latch onto. That'll be what they talk about. I haven't mentioned this in a long time. I don't know if you guys know what the burn rate is. You guys remember burn rate? When a company doesn't make any money, all the investors want to know is how quickly are they burning through the money that they have to keep the company afloat, right? So we might be even talking about burn rate. I haven't talked about burn rate in 30 years. Usually it was some bullshit IPO coming out from a private placement. We were talking about the burn rate like it matters. Rockets, space, bull market, really all you needed, right? It's just, I was the first one to talk about it. So I'm in from 10. I don't know where you guys got in, 1250, 13. And then it was that magic number. I think it was, if the stock breaks 13, it probably goes to 15. And this is just your typical IPO move. It's a brand new stock in a brand new realm, a brand new niche. It's the only pure play of space travel. It's a bull market. Anything goes right now. So this one, and people are betting against it. It's the Tesla of space. Why can't the stock go to 120? There is no reason it can't go to 120, and you have to believe it's going to go to 120. But let's say you think you're only going to get $40 out of it, maybe 50. It's still worth buying. So if you guys want to learn more, you got 2 weeks before the grandfathered rate is going out the window. If you ever wanted to have a lifetime membership to our private chat room, time is running out. You got 2 weeks to decide. If you even take a monthly whirl with us or take the class at the end of the month, I will grandfather the rate in. If you want to take me up on, and again, I'm qualifying the lifetime subscription. There is no lifetime. It's not my lifetime. It's when I decide to leave after 3 years. So you're going to get 3 years at least. I'm 48 now. I was thinking about retiring at 50, but this is way too much fun. I'm not going to retire until the UVXY has 6 straight days of up, which will never happen. So I might never be able to retire until the UVXY actually goes up one day. No, well, one day, I'm exaggerating, but 3 days. I mean, it really is the magic number. When UVXY is up 3 days in a row, UGAS is up 3 days in a row, and US Steel is up 3 days in a row, I'll retire. Write that one down. I guarantee you'll never see that ever in the history of this market. You'll never see that probably. US Steel up 3 days in a row simultaneously. How about this? You will never see that ever happen. That's about 1 billion to 1. UGAZ, UVXY, and US Steel all up 3 days in a row simultaneously. That'll never happen, ever, ever. I would bet my life on that. That threesome never ever happens. First of all, you never get UVXY up 3 days in a row. You never get UGAZ up 3 days in a row, and UVX and US Steel always goes down. So it's like I'll never lose that bet. Not that anybody would take that action from me. But speaking of action, let me show you what there were cheap options on the market about 10 days ago, and they were priced like the market was actually not going to go up. I mean, I was thinking, I was looking at these QQQ options. I was like, how could they be this cheap? It's as if no one thinks the market's going to go up anymore. And we weren't even, we just got into February, and I'm looking at these March 240s, they were 60 cents. Like, why not? Why wouldn't we go up? So not that we got to 240 yet. I think we got to, what did we get to 235 today? But the March 240s are now trading. Now I'm telling you, it's not all, all awesome. I'll tell you about my nasty disaster, because there's always a nasty disaster, but space and the Qs make up for every mistake. What's up, my man? The QQ, I mean, fucking space, right? I mean, you knew that shit was going to happen when I'm on the road, right? And my phone dies. And the Roku earnings reversal. I hope you were screaming about the Roku earnings reversal today. Come on. A 10-pointer. One of our guys texted me. He's like, I hope you're in the Roku short. And I couldn't believe what I was looking at, because I don't even have Roku on my watch list, but I was just looking at the Qs. They were looking like they were reversing in the morning. I know the Minotaur was short in the Qs. My phone died. Next thing you know, he stopped out. That was a loss again. And it looked like it might have actually been a trade there for one. But Roku was the trade. We're getting at least one of our beautiful setups almost every day. I don't know why anybody would do anything else. What's up? Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. But here's the story. This is one of my guys that helps me run the room. He's usually not on YouTube if anybody wants to meet him. I don't know if anybody's around. We're supposed to be with our loved ones right now. I was on the road to Delaware to go see a college, and I left my phone charger home. I left the portable charger home, and I didn't think I was going to need it. I mean, I hoped and I prayed. I was like, maybe it'll be a quiet day. But no. You get the biggest earnings reversal of the year so far on Roku, and you get my stock blasting off another 7 points. I mean, it's still going up in the aftermarket. What the hell? I mean, and they made weekly options, which I think might have been the cause of this. These options look like they were just created today. The weekly options on the space. So I think probably what happened, people started shorting them thinking they could collect the premium, and then they had to start buying the stock, and it just fed on itself and became a short squeeze. And if you don't think that this stock can go to 120, you're out of your mind. Why wouldn't it go to 120? If it gets through 30, you know it's going to 50, right? Or at least 35, right? So let's say you get through 35, you're going to 50. And they want to get it all done before they report the earnings, because they're not going to say anything in that earnings report that's going to be mind-blowing. They'll talk about some burn ratios and some key metrics about what they think will be prospective clients, what they might do with their rocket ships in the past. It's just going to be a love fest. They're all happy the stock's up 300%. It's going to be a fantastic earnings call, but there might be something really awful that they say in there, like, well, we raised 80 billion for this, and we've already blown through 78 million. We're going to have to offer more stock and do another raise, and that might, send the stock down 20%. But let's say 10% right now. That's $3. If it goes down 20%, that's $6, right? That's $23. Then what? So what? Let it pull back to 23 at this point. I'm in. I'm in at 23. Give me more, right? Where's it going? If they're not going out of business, you got to own the stock. It's a bull market, rockets. Bull market, space. This is how easy the market is right now. And all that being said, yeah, you can't short the market, but one of the greatest trades of the year was today. I didn't do it. These guys, my boy probably did it here. I know somebody texted me while I was on the road saying that they were in it. The 135, so the one was the 138s or some shit. What was it? The 138s, he said, as it was going red. Yeah, 138s for like $1, blasting out of them at 7. Sick. 7 times your money. Boom. Unbelievable stuff. But it's incredible. So here's what's happening. If you guys are going to watch this video, I want to keep it short so you can watch this over the weekend. Here's the story. I know you guys have been watching me for 12 years on YouTube. You've seen my kids grow up. You know what I'm doing, right? Oh, before I get anything going, before I tell you, again, I'm done patting myself on the back. Yeah, Tesla was amazing. Space was amazing. The QQQ was fantastic. I own 50,000 shares of GE. Annihilated. I went nuts. I lost my shit. I just kept buying. Not that many, but I'm exaggerating. Just sitting there. I'm just hitting the buy button. I don't care. I'm just buying $13 calls for March. Like I got money to burn. Just hitting the buy button. Oh, it's pulling back. I'll buy some more. I'll buy some more. Until I realized I was getting crushed. And then obviously, right now I'm getting crushed. Own a ton. GE March 13s, not looking good. Not looking good at all. I mean, I got time, but I really just went nuts, and I just kept buying them. Yeah. See that volume today? It's pretty much all me. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right about this stock. I mean, I'm not wrong yet, but it really just put a little sour taste in my mouth, because I know I got a bunch of people in at GE at 13, and I know it's a 15-cent pullback, but if you load it up on the 13s with me, you got 200, 300, 400, 500 calls, and they pull back 30 cents. You're not feeling too good about yourself right now. But if you got the space, it doesn't matter. And if your dad owns the Qs from 65, well, you're set for life. Oh, the market never goes down. Oh, man. But, yeah. I mean, we got 35 days. The market's not going down. And, this is where I wanted it to pull back to. My fear is if it breaks back under 1250, we're done. We're done. We're done. It's 12 grand out the window for me. Maybe 15 grand. Maybe more at this point. This thing breaks 1250. We're done. It's not going to come back. What's worse is that it'll go back under 1250, meander around, and we're still in from 65. It's unbelievable, bro. I mean, I sold calls against his stock just to hedge like an idiot, and I'm down 3 points on the hedge. Meanwhile, they're not even in my account. I'm like, Dad, you got to send me over 1,000 of the QQQ. I'm hedging for you. And he's like, what are you doing? Oh, man. It's just so sick. And the sickest part about it, when I was on that radio show for Benzinga, and they asked me what my favorite ideas, obviously I said Tesla and space and the QQQ. But they said, what's your best idea to short something? And even that's working. U.S. Steel. I mean, how dumb do you have to be to own that stock right now? Me. See, that's the difference. And that's why I can help you. Sometimes you need a guy to choke the living shit out of you and say, get the fuck out. How much abuse can you take? The market goes up every day and you're in a stock that goes to zero. How is that even possible? And why would you want your money involved? Suck it up. I took my beat down. I took my beat down when I was in the 40s and when it broke 30. And then I took my beat down. I was loaded up, 13, 14, 15. Here we go. And I said, you know what? 1250 is the end of the line. This thing breaks on the 1250. I'm done. I'm eating this loss and I'm shorting it. And it's going to go to $4. I'm not short anymore because I don't got the money to waste or the time to look at that piece of shit anymore. We got so many good things going on in this market. Earnings reversals are working every day. You got space rocking up. The Qs never go down. So, but the thing with the GE, if it breaks on the 1250, then it's going to take so much of an effort probably to grind back up. So we're probably just going to run out of time. It'll probably close like 13/12 March expiration, and we'll get like 12 cents for these options. My cost average is basically right here. I bought more at 55 the other day, which was, I paid 58 for some, I think. Stupid. But what are you going to do? You can't win every trade, right? And it's not over. We've got 35 days, And then I bought more stock too. I bought like 2,000, 3,000 more shares at 13.12 the other day. I bought 500 at 13.20. I topped that bitch out on Wednesday? I didn't give a shit. I'm like, this one's going. And it sucks. I mean, considering it's only pulled back 40 cents, but 40 cents for GE is like, it's like $40 or like $4 for a space trade. It's all relative. But get involved, my man. Me and my boy Soligello, we've hit the bid and we've made it something now. So you're gonna get me. You get a guy that has been born and bred out of the VWAP. I mean, if we were able to create a trader, this guy is that guy. I never even traded VWAP 6 years ago. It's VWAP made my trade that I've been doing for 20 years that much better because now I get a head start. So now where I was sometimes buying something like Roku, I would never short Roku at 146 and 145 and 143. But now that we have the VWAPs, we're shorting it up there. Normally I would wait for the full reversal and start shorting it at 139. But now the VWAP's giving us a head start. My boy's got anti-VWAP, 1 hour VWAP, any VWAP you want. And like I said, you got 2 weeks. So if you want to commit, take the class, join us, because I'm going to give it 1 more month. All right. Then it's 10 G's to play, which is still a bargain. Think about it, what you're getting. You're getting 2 of the most savviest guys that been doing this since inception. I've been day trading since inception. Think about that. I've seen every single market since day trading became a thing, since electronic trading, since the internet. And I'm telling you, the VWAP now has changed my way of thinking about everything. It crystallizes it and clarifies it for you. It's right there. It's right there. You just have to believe and push the button. So let us show you how to do it. And if you're thinking, what? I'm going to pay you 10 grand for what? Do you realize I used to work for a company where people were paying $12,500 for 10 days. I'm giving you 10. Wait, let me say that again. 10-day course. Sure, you went to school for 10 days, 9 to 5, as much information as they could shove down your throat. And then they gave you, out of your 12,500, they gave you 2,500 of that was your day trading account where they would give you $25,000 of buying power. So let's look at it this way. You paid 10 grand for the education, and then they gave you a $25,000 day trading account. They made it seem like you were trading their money, but you weren't trading their money. They were taking 2,500 of the 12,500 they gave you, and putting that into the account. Because after you lost 2,500, you know what happens? They would say, okay, you're cut off now because you're stupid and you didn't listen to our rules and now you got to go. Thanks. And you're done. Me, I let you come into my room, me and Solid Jello over here, blow your mind for basically 20 or 25 days. You know, we call it a month, but you got 20 something days for your trial. If you're not completely satisfied, all your money goes back to you. You know why? Because you didn't put up any money. So it's free to see what we do. And then if it gels with you, then either pay monthly, quarterly, or take that lifetime plunge. Because for us, we want you to take the lifetime plunge because we don't want to chase you down. We don't want credit cards. We just want to, let's get it over with, man. Let's do this. Let's not talk about membership fees. Let's get it done, right? Plus, the guys that paid up, and it's been 5,500 for the last, 2 years now, right? 5,500, well, you made it in one trade this week. So I got guys now, if you're thinking 10 grand's a lot of money, yeah, it is relatively. You're sitting there on $1 million account, or if you just took your account from 7 grand and just turned it into 40, you're not thinking 10 grand for the next 4 or 5 years is a lot of money. Do it by year. All right, I'm paying you $2,500. Shit, if I get 4 years out of this, I just paid $2,500 a year for the most priceless information ever, and camaraderie. And my boy and I know how to cook, fishing recipes. We talk about guns. We don't talk about whoring anymore because the women don't like that. We've taken the cursing down to a minimum. No more politics. We're not pissing anybody off. It's all stocks all the time, fishing and guns. And a little bit of weed talk because, you know, I love smoking pot. And that's it. So, my man, I can't believe what I'm looking at. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I prayed. I mean, I like the fact that it went up more, but I hadn't get a chance to get many more people into it. But I did go to that weed meeting on Wednesday, and I did drop this on those guys. So I'm thinking that had something to do with this because I'm kind of a popular guy. And I told some people on Wednesday night who've got some money. So good for you guys. I know a couple of guys actually struck it rich, and I like hearing that. And I would love to heard that more so. I want to hear those stories about 2 grand turning into 15. I want to hear that story about 7 grand turning into 70. I want to hear more of those stories because this is the market where you should be taking a little bit more risk, obviously, because the rewards are there. It's unbelievable. It truly is the greatest market I have ever seen. And I've seen the NASDAQ, and I was there. I saw stocks go from $2 to 800. I've seen this before, but this is better because this is more real. And I still think we got probably 45, 50 more days to go. I don't think we're going to sell off until April, like a significant sell-off. Like something where like, oh my God, are we ever going to come back? That moment. We haven't had that moment since last January. Oh my God, what the fuck? We're never coming back from this. And then next thing you know, it started a new bull market. That's why everybody's got this wrong. This market's not 12 years old. This bull market's not 12 years old. It's 12 months old. It's 12 months old. It started last January and started ripping. So basically it's last January. We're going to be in March now. Wait, I don't see what you're getting. Why is this cut off? I can't see. Hang on a second. How much money? Ever account the way you think we should have? Is that English? How much money? Ever account the way you think we should have? Ever? I don't know what that. I don't know what you mean. But I'm a new trailer and I want to make it. I'm a new trader, you meant to say. Yeah. No, but seriously, February 29th, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to explain this trade to you for 5 straight hours. Solid Jello is going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk a little bit about options, because that's all you're going to need to know. The first hour of my class, I talk about the minutia, what you need to get into this business, because some people are just getting started. This whole thing is an intro to trading. We jump from intro to trading to the only trade you need. So I go right into teaching you the VWAP, how to read the ranges, where you want to place your ranges, and then trade around the VWAP and the multi-day VWAP. And that's it. That's the best part of what we do. There's only one thing you need to learn, but learn it really, really well. And the 4 or 5 varieties around that one setup, because it's up, down. You could have the up one, you could have the down one, and then you have the reversion 2 and the reversion back 2. And then you've got just the gap that completely fails. There's varieties of what we do, but it's all about the VWAP and the multi-day VWAP, and gaps being faded and reverted like the Roku. And then we now parlay that into options, because if you've got a trade that works 80% of the time, you might as well start putting a little leverage to use. But if you don't know what the hell you're doing as far as options are concerned, then you don't know what the hell you're doing. So learn that trade. And then if it shows up on a Friday, Joe, why don't we speak? Not tonight. Email me, thewarlock@hitthebid.com. I will lay it all out for you. All right. I got to run. My wife just got in. We got the house clean. I think we're going to send our kids away. But Gorilla Glue, fantastic. No, that kind of had a weird, taste, in my opinion. But this new stuff that I got, oh man. I don't know if you know what Tropical Trainwreck was. Tropical Trainwreck is still the best weed I've ever smoked in my life. I mean, when I was a kid, I smoked Humboldt County for the first time, which was mind-blowing because we had never seen anything that good. Like in 1989, 1990, getting weed from Humboldt County was like, it was glowing. It came in jars. We called it jar weed. And it was the greatest thing I'd ever smoked up until the Tropical Trainwreck. Tropical Trainwreck is so good because when you smoke it, you immediately taste it. And it's like, I don't know if you had Fruity Pebbles, it's like Fruity Pebbles meets Fruit Loops meets weed. And it's great. So it's like, you're like having a bowl of cereal and you're getting a smile on your face, like, what the and it's just awesome. And then when the vapes came out, Tropical Trainwreck Vaporizer was the tits. But this stuff that I've got, this new stuff, has that taste. It doesn't have, I'm not getting that, I'm a pothead, so it takes a lot, but I got the vape. Woo! Oh boy. But if you can find it, man, I don't know what they're calling it now, but they're calling it Citron. Oh man, just ridiculous. I just realized I have no idea where I put the vaporizer. I gotta dig that up later. No, but when you have the options on, a lot of people think options are so risky. It's actually the opposite. They're more risky if you don't know what you're doing, right? What you're doing is you're taking a successful trade and you're just using it. You're using the options to lessen the risk because you're exposed to less money at risk. So instead of laying out 30 grand on Tuesday for space, Tropical Trainwreck was a hybrid. Yeah. I mean, it was one of the first times I ever even heard the word hybrid. Yeah, if you could find it, if you could find Tropical Trainwreck, send me some. I haven't seen it in 2 or 3 years, maybe more, maybe 3 or 4 years. I had it in San Diego. The best, the best ever. Yeah, best ever. Google it. There's something out there. You know what was really disappointing was Granddaddy Perps. I was so excited to get my hands on this Granddaddy Perp stuff because it's beautiful to look at. Smells phenomenal. Purple hairs coming out of it. You can't wait. You're breaking it up, right? And you can't wait to smoke it. Terrible. 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 Smoked a whole joint myself. I was hardly even buzzed. Terrible. Granddaddy Perps. Waste of time. Looks good. Smells great. Nothing. But yeah, so that's what we do. This is what we do. We buy stocks, we talk about weed and guns and fishing and recipes, and that's our life. And that's our life. You know, that's what we do. And every once in a while we hit a freaking monster. And again, I'm trying to move money around to buy more space. I didn't get any. I'm buying it when I got home at 27. I'm buying more. I'm like, holy shit, it's breaking 27.50. I'm in. I'm buying January 22, 12.50 calls for $20. It's fucking nuts. Oh man, just absolutely insane. But I have an option play if you guys that just want to chill and believe in space, risking 3 to make 15. I mean, the option now, there's all these new option contracts. So if you know about call spreads and that type of thing, I'll show you how to do it. So that's what we do. I teach you guys how to survive. So 20 years later, I might still be doing this, but imagine, if you will, you pay 10 grand and it's 10 years later and I've been blasting out ideas for 10 years. Now you've only paid $1,000 a year. Or for the guy, you know, the few select dudes that have paid me that type of money, they're big guys, right? They don't even they don't give a shit about learning. They don't care. They don't care about VWAP. Kenny, what are we doing now? I don't know. I'm short the Roku on the VWAP break. All right, I'm in. They just know. I mean, I got guys that have been with me from 2007. I mean, I had Akamai. I mean, we don't even talk about the Akamai. AKAM. I was in this thing at $2. AMD, $250. Sick. No, I didn't smoke yet. I can't. I'm not allowed to smoke when I'm going to be with my wife. She hates it. Options. Yeah, man. So options, you learn. I'll show you how they're less risky because you're getting the same bang for your buck and you're laying out 1/10 of the amount of money. So exciting stuff. What do you got there? Rob, I thought you were showing up. What happened? I was waiting for you. You've been watching me for what, 15 years? You never show up? Get in there, buddy. What is that? Should I go there? Oh. I don't know what that is. The link doesn't work. Sven Heinrich. I don't know. All right, well, guys, go be with somebody you love tonight. Yeah, crazy times. I mean, I legitimately left 70 grand on the table by going. I could have paid for my kids' college education today, but I'm out there in the freezing cold going on a tour. I mean, there's no doubt I would have been loading up on this thing when it broke 25 today. I didn't get home till it was like 20. I mean, and it was just pulling back. It had already gone to 28 and change. Unbelievable. What does this amendment to the S1 mean? What? Is there news out? I don't know. I know about momentum, VWAP, fear, greed, and reversals. Yeah, man. The amendment to the S1 mean on what? Space or Tesla? Because I know Tesla had news sounded like that. They were talking about something. I don't know. Are you talking about space? Are you talking about I don't know. Oh, really? I'm not concerned. The stock's still going up in the aftermarket. So they're going to do an offering. They're going to do a money raise again. You know this stuff's going to come out, right? The stock's up from $13 as far as I'm concerned to $29. Realistically, it should pull back 5 points, 6 points, right? You know they're going to do they know that you know another offering's coming, right? But look what happened to Tesla. Oh no, an offering. It got gobbled up and rallied 100 points that day. You can't beat hype and you can't beat excitement. You can't beat fear, greed, momentum. This bull market's phenomenal. If the stock pulls back 20%, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. All right, guys, email me. I swear to God, I'm going to get back to everybody. I was out Wednesday night. I had a weed symposium, which was phenomenal. I can tell you about that. Holistic Industries, if you want to check them out. They have an awesome website. Thinking about investing in the company. And I was out today, so I didn't want to start sending new people into the room when I wasn't even around. So Monday, we're going to be back 100%. Me and my boy Solid. The whole crew will be there. Oh, sorry, I think it's Tuesday. We're off Monday, right? I didn't even know we were off Monday. I mean, you would think I would know about stuff, right? I thought we were open. Stock market holidays 2020. Monday, February 17th. That's this Monday. Oh, look at that sweatshirt. Here's the sweatshirt. Here he is, boy. The guy, why we're not in more. There he is. That sweatshirt cost me about, I don't know, about 70 grand today. Yeah. I hope you go there, hon or son. All right, I'm out of here. I got to go back to my Uber driving. Have a great weekend. Go hug somebody you love. I'll see you guys Tuesday. And I'm telling you, want to hear something crazy? Here's something nuts. If space is at $32 on Tuesday morning and they start selling it and it breaks the VWAP and goes red, you know what I'm going to be shorting on Tuesday? Space. I'm not going to sell my stock, but I'm going to short the shit out of that thing if it reverses. I'm telling you. This thing gaps up on Tuesday and the sellers show up and it starts to roll over, I'm going to hammer it. No doubt. I'm going to hammer that thing right back to $28, make 4 points or whatever. Or maybe not 4, but 2 points. All right. Guns, stock market, weed. See you.